All right, and welcome to another episode of the Jumping the Rail podcast here on the JTR Podcast Network. This is Mark Rebin coming to you from the Noodles position in Champaign, Illinois. Joined as always by my buddy Minderz. And Minderz, we got a lot of wrestling to talk about today.
We do. I didn't realize how much wrestling was going on.
Yeah,
We're going to have a
uh,
lot to talk about next week, too, especially if we try to keep up with all of our indie stuff because there's like 5 different shows going on Saturday.
mm, oh, there's five. Yeah, that's true, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. Plus, then we're gonna have our big our watch along episode next Tuesday. We got to talk about the Rumble next Tuesday. We got to make our predictions and all that good stuff. Uh, but in the meantime, we've got some cool stuff planned for today. We're going to be joined by Mike Outlaw in about a half hour. Anybody that knows St. Louis wrestling knows that name pretty well, and yeah, so we're looking forward to that. We've had a lot of his crew on our Zero One Shootout episodes, but Outlaw he's doing the jumping the rail. He's on the OG today, but
Well, we had to. He does too many other things. We can't just keep him to one promotion. We need to get him
that's
so we
very
can
true.
talk to him all of them.
Oh yeah. Plus we got talked about the Forge, is the training school in St. Louis that he runs along with Camaro Jackson, Warhorse. Uh, I
Yo,
got to get my wearings out of this shirt while I can, Minderz. This is gonna be a collector's item.
it is going to be a collector's item soon.
I think it is a collector's item. I think he stopped selling his merch on last Monday,
I think you did too.
and you're still gonna make me give him an award when
Yeah,
he's made it
you're
very
giving it
clear
to
he
him.
does not want them.
I'm
Hmm.
not. I'm not doing it. Although I guess if he yells at me, it would get him more heat. Maybe. I don't know. We might figure this out. Uh oh, you went mute. You're muted. Okay.
Yeah, my headset turned off and turned back on again, like
Ah,
it does sometimes.
gotcha.
Professionalism.
At its finest.
Yes. But well, anyway, so like we got Outlaw joining us in about a half hour, but we got some other stuff to talk about, Minderz. Uh, should we start with the elephant in the room?
Which one? Yeah, that one. Yeah, let's do that. God. God, get that
Where
off of there. I
where do we begin, Minderz?
I don't even know. At this point, bless his heart, but he needs to grow a set of balls. That's all I gotta say. But
Not even that.
I,
He's gotta just get the filter working. He's gotta just, to paraphrase Kenny Rogers, you gotta know when to hold him and know when to fold him, if you will.
yeah,
Uh, so long story short here. Uh, in, WWE on USA's Twitter page trolled the Jaguars after they failed to make the playoffs. Tony, I guess, got a what?
take it down. Take it down.
Oh, it's topical. We're talking about him. Oh,
Yeah, he's
fine.
over. Thank you. Or put Danhausen up there. I don't care either or.
You want Danhausen up there?
Yeah,
Okay.
put Danhausen up there.
All right. So is this your suitable Tony substitute? Is Danhausen?
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, after the USA tweet about the Jaguars, Tony got a little bit of a bee in his bonnet and started talking shit about Jinder Mahal getting a title shot against Seth Rollins. Basically, and what does Jinder have to do with anything? He's just picking on people for no reason. And like three or four different tweets basically referencing the fact that Jinder hadn't won a match in a year and he was getting a title shot. Big fucking whoop, you know. It's
Yeah, right. Exactly. Because,
and
there has to be a story for everything. Because Tony tells so
there's
many
more
stories on his show.
there's more of a story with Jinder and Seth than there is for Hook and Joe.
There is. There's a lot more.
Yeah, Tony trying to say that Hook makes more sense challenging Joe because he has a 28-1 record, whatnot. And I'm gonna say this: I don't have a problem with Hook challenging Samoa Joe.
I don't either.
I think it's gonna be a damn good match. It's gonna be good for Hook getting to be in the
Hmm.
ring with a veteran.
Yes.
And so that Hook is just on the other. He's away from this discussion. This is not about Hook. It's not about gender. Excuse me. Little frog in my throat.
It has nothing to do with their wrestling abilities.
Tony is desperately trying to justify his booking on social media, and of course
Uh,
you got all of the AEW diehards that are just all about it. They're just like, yeah, Tony, you tell him all this. They don't fucking get it. They're just encouraging the actions of a madman at this point.
yes. Well, like you said, there's more of a story behind Jinder and Seth for the simple fact that they were the ones that went after the first inaugural NXT championship. And
Hmm.
Jinder was actually looked at to win.
Yeah.
So they have history. So
Hmm. Plus,
how
and I'm just going to throw this out there, Minderz. Jinder's a former WWE champion, so that kind of trumps all of that. In my
it
opinion, if you're a
does,
former champion, get a shot. Makes sense.
especially if you're at a point in the year. Like I feel like right now we're at a point in the year where with Seth, they're waiting to see what happens, seeing how things go with Royal Rumble. Then Seth will start his program. Hopefully.
Hmm. Plus, there's also, I don't know if you heard Minderz, there's talk about a possible injury last night with Seth.
I saw
Uh,
that.
he may have hurt his knee. They don't know if it's serious, but that could impact everything going forward
It
for the
could.
Punk match, WrestleMania. Uh,
Yes.
so that's all up in the air. Hopefully, we'll know more about that as the week goes on.
But
But
here's the beauty of that. Here's this is the bright side to that.
mhm,
WWE is not at lack of top talent. Right
no,
now, they're not at lack of it. So even if Seth can't, there's still other guys that can pick it up and take off with it. I'm not worried about that.
oh, absolutely, yeah,
That gives Seth a reason to come back, and that gives you another storyline. That simple.
yep, yep. There was they were talking about this on Busted Open. I think it was yesterday's episode. No, it was today's episode because they were talking about the injury, and it was suggested that if Seth is out, and like I said, hopefully he's not. Hopefully it's all good. But that leaves the door wide open to put Cody with Punk, and then have Roman and The Rock, and there's no fifth wheel, if you will,
Exactly.
to figure out who's got to do something with what.
Yep.
I mean, it's not exactly the same story as
No.
Cody's trying to finish, but I mean,
Well,
Punk and Cody's going to be a heck of a main event if that's what they wind up going with.
if that's what they wind up going with, yes. Um, I think though Cody's going to finish his story eventually. I don't think he's going to finish it at WrestleMania this year.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to happen.
yeah. Uh, there was a really good idea put out there that he should finish his story at Madison Square Garden,
I saw that on a
and
certain day in December.
well, that's when they do the Garden Show every year, is December 26th.
Okay.
But they could very easily, if they decide to go Cody versus Roman, if they have Roman hold the belt that long to beat Hogan's record, they could have a Peacock special and just have maybe 3, 4 matches, like the old main events that they used to do,
Yep.
like when they had Hogan and Andre, but headline it with Cody and Roman at the Garden,
Yep.
do it on prime time, and shit, do it on NBC. They
Yeah.
got the Universal deal. Then you get network TV ratings, and then do the big title change in MSG, which is still, I know they do a lot of stuff at Barclays. MSG is still the big house
That's
for
home.
WWE, in my
I was
opinion.
going to say
So that's
MSG is
what
still home.
so that's what I would do. I mean, I'm not going to complain if Cody beats Roman at Mania, but I think I'm all about the slow burns and long-term storytelling.
The 26th falls on a Thursday too.
Oh, see, yeah, must see TV. Am I right?
Must see TV.
So I don't know if Hunter listens to this show, but I'm just saying.
Probably not.
So yeah,
We like to think.
so if Seth is out, have Cody and Roman, have Cody and Seth, or Cody and Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Put that belt on Cody for a few months. Just give him something, make it, because they're going to need a top baby face to hold that belt if Seth is out.
Right.
And Cody, I think, is the guy. Maybe have him drop it at, say, SummerSlam to Drew. I'm just spitballing ideas here,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe you have the draft come around, then send him to SmackDown, do a trade, they've said he's good at politics, have him politic his way onto SmackDown, challenge Roman,
Yeah.
and then boom, there you go. Because the problem with the Cody Roman stuff, there's been no story. It's just been Cody won the Rumble, so he challenged Roman, and then maybe one stare down on SmackDown when he was tag champs with Jay. They haven't
Right.
really told a big story there. All they really said is he just wants to win the title at WrestleMania or finish the story on it.
Yeah.
Roman's not even that big of a part of the story, but it's got to be Roman though to
Yeah.
win that title, just because he's the it's the final boss in the video game. That's Roman Reigns
Correct.
right now.
Yes.
So yeah,
That's
if it's me, yeah, I mean do it on December 26th at the Garden, primetime television. Uh, I mean shit, that's the night that Sheik won the belt from Backlund. So I mean, there's a precedent there. It can be done.
yes, it can be.
So I'm just saying that's what I would do.
It, at this point, I'm having more fun trying to see where I think they're going and then being wrong. So it's a really good
See,
time.
we haven't had that problem in WWE in years.
I know, which is amazing.
It's a credit to Triple H's booking.
It is. Because I think I have it all figured out where they're going to go. And then it's like,
Just when
wait
you
a
think
minute.
you do,
Yeah.
then
Then they throw you another swerve in there.
mhm.
Well, no pun intended,
Well,
but
uh,
yeah.
well, Minderz, that brings us to another topic that I wanted to bring up. Talking about Samoa Joe, uh, the new AEW World Champion, and I love it. I'm a big Joe fan.
I'm fine with it. And they
He's
needed to take that belt off of MJF so he could heal up.
right. Hmm.
But they needed a credible champ.
Yeah.
And who's
Uh,
better? I mean, come on, honestly.
right now, nobody.
Exactly.
So now they're trying to figure out. Well, they got Joe's got the match with Hook on Wednesday. I don't see Hook winning. I think Joe's gonna hold on
I
to it.
don't either.
But the challengers are coming out of the woodwork on Dynamite. Literally, like they're just coming
Literally.
out. You got Swerve coming out. You got Paige coming out. You got Adam Cole saying that Wardlow's gonna win the belt and hand it off to Cole after Cole's back.
Do we
It's
really have to do that? I don't.
it's so lazy. To borrow
It
from
is.
Corny, it's lazy booking.
It is.
Especially since basically they did the same thing with Luchasaurus and Christian.
Exactly. Oh,
Oh, I'm
sorry.
sorry, Kill
Wrong.
Switch. Kill
Kill
Switch and Christian.
switch.
Right. My bad. Uh,
Dino douche.
here's here's my issue. I don't want them to do Swerve right away. I want Swerve to wait.
I think
And
Swerve needs to wait.
I think Joe needs to have a long run with the belt. He just won it in December. I think he needs to retain it through. I would say double or nothing. Maybe have him drop the belt to Swerve a double or nothing. Then have Swerve hold it through to All In at Wembley, and then drop it to Osprey.
The
Get
only thing
Osprey that big
is,
hometown pop, you know.
yeah.
And
The only
then
thing
Osprey and
is,
Swerve can go around the horn with it. I think that'd be a money feud.
so then what? MJF comes back and he doesn't go after the belt?
Goes after Cole.
Yeah. I don't know.
Give Max a little
Cole to
time away from the
me
belt.
is
They need
Cole
to
to
rebuild
me.
Max.
They need to do something with Cole.
Well, he's
I,
still not healed up yet.
well, I know he's
But
not, but even his, for lack of a better term, jabronis that are hanging around him. Because I like Taven and Bennett.
me too.
I like them.
Great tag team.
But they've been jobbing them out. So they don't look strong.
It's not even that they've been jobbing out. They've been making him look like a freaking joke on these backstage vignettes with Roddy for how many months?
With the giraffe.
Uh,
The stupid giraffe.
With the giraffe. They've
It's
ruined
almost as
Roddy
bad
for
as
me.
that. Yeah. That,
Roddy's still great in the ring, but just I
yeah.
can't take his character seriously.
No. I don't know. If that's what... Plus, do we really need another faction?
You ask this guy.
I know. But he was 14 booking in the back of classroom.
Back of the classroom. Yeah. What was it, Centennial High?
Something like that. I finally got to listen to part of the scrum, and God, he's an idiot.
He is incapable of answering a question directly.
He is. And I don't know if it's because he doesn't want to or if he doesn't really know how to answer it.
I think it's the latter. I think it's, what do I say that's going to make everybody happy, but then he makes nobody happy?
Right.
Uh,
And
it
how many
reminds me of
times do
somebody.
people
And
have to ask him the same question and he still avoid it?
mhm. We don't get into politics on this podcast. Minderz are pretty
No.
strict about that. But Tony at these press conferences reminds me of somebody.
No, yeah?
I'm just going to say it. I'm just leaving it out there. The other day I got bored
That
at
was
work and I had to do a little bit of photoshopping.
no, you didn't get bored at work, did you?
No, I did find his new X profile for those that don't follow us on Facebook or Twitter.
Uh-oh.
Oh, still
I'm
no
scared.
response, by the way. I think he's ignoring us.
Yeah,
But
figures. We tried. We're trying to
oh
get
well,
blocked.
I'll keep trying. I could get under his skin easy. There you go.
There you go.
Hey Tony, your ass is showing.
No shit. And I know a lot of people around here respect the cons, and that's fine. Respect the cons all you want. It has
Sure.
nothing to do with the cons on this. It has everything to do with just
No,
Tony.
Shad has a lot of respect around here.
Yep.
For the most part. Tony is just he's like he's a kid playing with
He's
his
an en-
dad's money.
he's an entitled little shit playing with his dad's money.
Hmm.
Could you imagine, Reb, if we could have got, I love it, if if Shad would have gave us the money,
Or at least hired us to be
no
involved somehow.
kidding, hired us to help him book,
I'm just
especially after some of our stuff that we have happen.
well.
We
The
have.
simple fact is Tony needs somebody to tell him no, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't think you or me or even AJ or Barry would have any issue telling him no. That's not going to
Oh
work.
no, not at all. We all have no problems telling anybody no. So
No. See, I can do it. No.
no,
Like if Tony shows up, hey, how's this look? No, Tony.
no, no,
Hey guys, can I wear this?
no.
No.
You know what?
Hey,
So
do I look too crazy? No.
yes, you look too crazy.
Is there someone hiding behind me? No, Tony.
No, Tony.
Hey, you want some toot? No, Tony.
No.
I'm sorry.
But
Do we pick on Tony too much?
probably. Hey, he's a public figure. We're
And
allowed, right?
and a ridiculous person.
Right, exactly. Hey, he's the one that put himself in this position, so guess
Mhm.
what? You gotta take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
But can we
Yeah.
talk about the good pay-per-view that we watched this weekend?
Sure. We both watched TNA's Hard to Kill pay-per-view over the weekend. Well, I watched it yesterday. You watched it today.
Yep.
And very good tone setter for the year for TNA. First off, I love the new belts that they showed out last week. It didn't last very long on the incumbent champions on that
Nope.
pay-per-view. This is cool. At least, let's see. Crazy Steve beat Dreamer for the digital media title.
Yep.
Decay beat MK Ultra, Master
Yes.
Samovich, Killer Kelly for the tag titles. Jordan Grace beat Trinity for the Knockouts title, which was,
All
I'm
right.
not
You
going to
think
say it was
Trinity's coming back now?
I would imagine. I think she said something about a rematch, but she might be finishing up very possibly.
And I know I'm not one to talk about crazy hair, but
No, you are not.
I'm not. But her hair drove me crazy.
For those
I
that didn't see the show, Minderz, why don't you describe her look for us?
she had her long hair, but then she had her name dyed into it. That's just a little too much. I know
Little
I
cheesy.
have crazy colors in my hair. I mean, come on, it's green and blue right now,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have names written in my hair. And then if it's not sitting just right, it looks ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did you see where they said though Bailey and who else was oh, Mercedes.
Mercedes. They were both
Yep.
up in the skybox watching the show. Uh,
Mhm.
Good thing they didn't show him on camera. Otherwise,
God
Bailey would get
forbid.
Highlandered.
Right?
Let's talk a little bit about the debuts that we saw at the Hard to Kill Minderz. With our buddy Top Dollar, AJ Francis showed up.
Flop
Yay,
dollar.
Flop Dollar.
Flop
Looks
dollar.
looks good though. He lost some weight. No credit to him, but hopefully that'll help him get over that top rope a little easier.
Hopefully. Hopefully
Ugh,
he'll be able to fly a little bit better.
oh flop. Uh, let's see. Dana Brooke showed up. Ash by Elegance is her new name.
Tony Storm knockoff what?
I disagree.
You
Tony
disagree.
is Tony is old timey Hollywood. Dana looks
Dana
like she's
hasn't
just
spoke yet. We don't know what
no,
she is
but
yet.
her look, she's not doing the black and white. She's just looks like fancy pants. I don't think she's going for the Tony gimmick because
Okay.
nobody's going
We'll
to top
see.
Tony on that gimmick though.
No, nobody is, but I could see a knockoff of it.
I don't think
I,
Demore would try.
you don't think
I think
so?
Demore. I think we're talking about Scott Demore, not Tony Khan. Uh, who else? I'm trying to think who else debut. I know the big one at the end. We'll definitely get to that.
Right.
Uh,
What about Jake Something coming out? I was
uh
super excited to see Jake
yeah,
Something, but
he's
I
been
don't think he
around.
debuted, did he?
He
How's
didn't
it say?
debut. No, he was just a run out. It was supposed to be Dirty Dango against.
Paco.
Shit,
Pico.
sorry, who?
PCO.
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 Don't say Paco. That confuses me. But Dango's entourage of the former Vladimir Kozlov and Johnny Bravo got involved, and then Rhino and Jake Something came out. They had an impromptu six-man, thanks to the esteemed director of authority, Santino Marella.
Yep.
So got a little bit of a fracas. The
I
good
was
guys
excited.
won.
I've seen Jake Something a few times.
Hmm. Oh yeah, we've seen him in person a few times, and he's bigger on TV. He's bigger in person than he is on TV.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
I got some bad news.
Uh-oh.
Breaking news.
Hang on, wait before you say it to me. Do I have a breaking news? I don't. Where my breaking news thing go? Oh, go ahead. Fine.
Okay.
Shit.
Breaking news. Mike Outlaw had some issues. He's not going to make it tonight.
That sucks. Well, we'll definitely get him back on
He wants to
eventually.
be back on, so I mean, we might be able just to schedule it for another
Hey,
week.
I got 3 weeks in March open.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of segue, hey, a couple of guest announcements to make for upcoming weeks. We've talked about how Sam Stackhouse is going to join us in February, and Just
Uh-huh.
Incredible is going to come back for
Uh-huh.
part two.
I'm
We
super
also
excited.
February 27th, we'll be joined by wrestler, promoter, booker from Pro Wrestling Epic, Winnie Mephisto.
I'm excited about that one
Yeah,
because
we know a lot
I
of
could.
people in PWE.
We do know a lot of people in
We
PWE.
know a lot of people there.
We know a lot of people there.
And then very exciting, March 12th, Minderz. It's becoming a tradition.
It
Hardcore Heather
is
Owens is
so
going to
excited
come
to have
on,
Heather
talk
on
about
here.
the expo. Uh, should we talk about the expo real quick, Minderz? They announced a
Sure.
few
Give
more
me just.
names since last episode.
They have. I'm trying to think. What do you remember where we left off?
Uh, I do not.
Had we already said? Hold on. No, wait. 1 day, 2 days. Hold on. How about Deborah McMichael?
We did
Had we
not
talked?
mention Deborah,
Okay,
the
that
former
was
Mrs.
4 days
Austin.
ago. So let me back up a little more. Oh, okay. I think I got it.
Okay.
So we've got Al Snow,
Okay. Returning favorite.
Haku.
Should I get Donkey Tony off the screen?
Yeah, it's okay. Whatever. Put Danhausen back or our
Well,
little thing.
we're done talking about Tony for now, so we'll
Okay.
go back there.
We got Haku.
Oh, that's exciting.
I'm really excited about that one. And this one, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited about this one, and that's Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to that one. And then Deborah McMichael, like I'd already said.
Hmm.
Um, your wife was real excited when this one came up, and it's Swoggle.
Yeah, we met him the first expo we went to, and he was really nice. Really
I
cool
met
guy.
him. AJ and I met him over at New Wave Pro when
Nice.
New Wave Pro was a thing in Terre Haute.
He's a guy I would love to get him on the podcast, but I don't know that we can afford him.
Right. Shark Boy will be back.
Returning, yeah, he was back last year. AJ's gonna be upset that he's gonna miss
Why?
Sharky.
He
He's
is
gonna miss
gonna be
Sharky.
Sharky. MXM.
Yeah, I got thrown off when I first saw I thought it was Eminem. I thought it was gonna be Mercury and Nitro and Molina. Then I saw the picture. It's like, oh, it's Mason Mansour.
Yeah, it's Mason Mansour, which I'm
It's still
kind
gonna
of
be cool.
excited about because I love Botchamania. So
Hey, Dio Madden, Mace, before he went up to WWE, when he was in Booker's promotion,
mhm.
Reality Wrestling, damn good, really
Oh
solid
yeah.
big man.
Both of those guys are solid.
I hope those guys are working the weekend, one of the shows.
Well, there's some more stuff, and I don't know if you've seen this yet or not because we may have more breaking news. But we got Billy Starks. I'm super excited about Billy
That's
being
going to be
there.
cool. Yeah,
Zaya Brookside's gonna be there.
exciting.
She
Yeah,
was just in the
she was in
TNA
the Ultimate
Women's
X
X
match.
division. Yeah, we got Nigel McGuinness.
That's cool. Hey, just as an aside, Minderz, he was the first guy I met at my first indie show in 2007.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
I bought his T-shirt, took a picture with him, almost walked off without the T-shirt because I was excited. He actually hollered at me to come back and get it. Well, not hollered. He was a British gentleman. He said, "Hey, you forgot
Well,
your shirt."
yeah.
But
Um,
very, very nice fellow. I'm looking forward to seeing him again.
he's Friday night only.
Okay.
A
Well, he's
lot
got to
of
work Rampage
these,
or
a lot of
Collision.
these, all of these are Friday night onlys, except for Shark Boy, Swoggle.
Al
I
Snow
don't know about
probably.
the other ones. I don't want to go down the rest of the way.
Wait,
But like
Haku's only
Billy's,
Friday?
Haku, I think is both.
Okay. Yeah,
Let me
Billy, I
double
imagine, is
check.
working Collision or
Yeah,
Ring of Honor tapings or
Haku's
something.
both. Yeah, Billy is Friday only. Um, Zaya's Friday only. Nigel's Friday only.
Yeah.
And
Like I
now
said,
here's the one that you, Bari, and Stacy all pop for.
uh-huh.
And you should really let Marco know.
I should. I told
You
Nards
really
already.
should. Did you?
Yeah.
Because Effie is going to be there.
Yep. Effie is a guy when we first started this podcast in 2021, and when we decided we were going to try to do some interviews, and we started running down who we wanted. And Effie was one of the first people that Nards suggested because that was before I was really into GCW,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to get into that. I'd seen a little bit, but Effie has always been at the top of our list for people we want to get on the podcast. And even at the GCW shows I've gone to, we haven't had a chance to meet him. He hadn't been around like the gimmick tables or anything. So this is going. I'm
Right.
excited about this.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Um, Aaliyah James. I'm not familiar. I know she was in
She's
NXT UK, but
right. Uh, I imagine she's coming over to work the BLP show, I think.
gotcha. And she's Friday only.
Right.
Killer Kelly's going to be there.
That's cool. Yeah. Fresh off a hard-fought loss for the Knockouts tag team titles. But I like
And
her work.
let's see. Yep, that looks like what it's going to be. We're going to need to check with Heather because I'm not exactly sure. Oh, okay. So BLP is going to be at Squared Circle Expo this
Mhm.
on the 29th. Good Lord, do they hate us? It starts at 9. So it says featuring stars like Effie, Killer Kelly, Aaliyah James, Billy Starks,
Sky Blue.
Yeah, that one.
Well, Effie's a Black Label guy. We went to a Black Label show a couple years ago, and he was working that show, so that makes sense.
Zaya Brookside, Swoggle, MXM, and so much more.
Should be a good show.
They're calling it Black Label Pro Returns to Squared Circle Expo 4 with BLP at SCX2, the Squeakle.
That's the Squeakquel, like Alvin
The
and the Chipmunks.
Squeakle, I guess.
That's a wordy title,
isn't it?
but we'll be there.
We will be there.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get. We got to get those tickets, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's they're available now. World Champion VIP pass holders, admission included, but that's not what we have, correct?
No, we got main event passes.
Yeah. We have main event passes. Okay, so
yep,
we'll have to get those set up. I'll just get them for everybody, and y'all can get me back.
Sounds like a plan to me. I'm just thinking back to last year when Gangrel was there, and were you at the panel that Gangrel was on?
Yes.
I think it was the Attitude Era panel.
Yes.
And he took his teeth out to answer a question. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the one guy in the seats that like looked like they shot Santa Claus right in front of him?
Right?
Like he couldn't believe that it wasn't his actual teeth.
That was great.
I had to chuckle, and it's not even giving the guy shit. That's just
no.
To be that innocent again.
Right? I wish. Never happens anymore.
All right, so that's happening on March 29th and 30th in Indianapolis. I'm not sure how many main event
I don't think there's
day passes.
Last I heard there was 9.
Yeah, it's getting tight. So if you're going, it's time to get moving. You got to get your shit together.
Yeah.
Because I think very much looking forward to it.
I say all of us had ours bought the day they went on sale.
Pretty much. And next year, I promise I won't buy mine.
You'll do better next year, so we're not spending as much.
Hey, I'll be less stressed out next year because I don't have to worry about doing that. I just got to make sure I give you money.
Yeah. It'll all be on me. Oh, well, that's fine.
Well, not technically. Just eventually, then you'll be reimbursed. But
well, no. That's not what I meant. It'll be all on me to remember.
Oh, the pressure to get it done. Oh, yeah. I'll be reminding you. Trust me.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Hey, I just wanted to tell you, if people didn't catch it last week, your interview with Joe Galley was excellent. You did a great job.
Well, thank you. That was a lot of fun. Joe's awesome.
Yeah.
We kind of ran it like a shootout because I just had all the matches. And
yep.
He had a lot of information. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what came of it because it's going to be on the Power episodes. It's not going to be it wasn't a pay-per-view. I was wrong about. I thought it was a pay-per-view on Fight.
And I downloaded the CW, so I'm all set for when they go.
It's free.
It's free.
Yes. Or as Benjamin Trust would say, it's free.
Free.
Oh my
we might have to get him on a Jumping the Reel. I know we've had him on the shootout, but
he's another guy that does a lot of different things. So
yeah, he's another guy that does a lot of different things.
So, Minderz, did you see that I put a poll up yesterday?
I did.
On Facebook.
I sure did. I voted on it.
Okay, very nice. It came from this Facebook post. Ric Flair says, the word impossible is not in my dictionary. I'm very concerned that he's going to find some way to weasel his way into that Sting retirement match at Revolution.
I hope not.
And weasel's the wrong word. It's Ric Flair. I mean, all respect in the world of Ric Flair, but he should not be in wrestling in a match.
No.
He almost died twice.
I would say, how many times did he pass out at the last one?
I think he was clinically dead twice in that last match of his. And I'm not saying that to be funny. He was literally he was out.
Mm-hmm.
And our poll had a ratio of 4-1 no's against yeses. So
that's it. Only 4-1. Okay.
Well, that's the ratio.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I also put it up on Twitter, but I don't think anybody saw it. I actually added a third option on the Twitter poll, which was it's none of our business.
No, it's our business at this point.
Well, the people who don't want to see a death on pay-per-view.
Exactly.
like I said, I got all the respect in the world for Ric Flair, what he's done. You know, top two in my opinion, greatest of all time. But the guy's 74 years old. He's about to be 75, and maybe next month, if my math is right. And I mean, they
I
can't all
can't do
be
anything.
action Mike Jackson, but I know Mike Jackson is the same age as Flair, but Mike Jackson is in impeccable condition.
Yeah,
Ric Flair has been run over by the Grim Reaper in a Rolls
a few
Royce 8 times.
times.
And
Uh,
everybody say, oh, he could do it if he had the right people. He had Lethal and Jarrett in that
I was gonna
retirement
say he
match.
had Lethal, and
You're gonna put him in the ring with the Young Bucks in his last match?
if he's in that match, he's dead. He's dead.
Ugh.
I don't trust the Bucks.
And I'm gonna give Sting. I don't like the idea that the Bucks are Sting's last match, but apparently it was Sting's call. So more power to him. If that's what he wants to do, it's not my place to say you're wrong.
I I think it should have been somebody else, but
I think it should have been FTR
yeah, I do too. I
if it
would
was a
trust
tag match.
FTR. I would trust. The problem is, and maybe this is what part of it is. FTR is still babyface, or kind of. They're kind of
Yeah,
still babyface. So maybe that was it. They didn't want to put babyface versus babyface.
maybe, or maybe the
Since
Bucks
the
just
Bucks are
went to
coming
Tony
back
and
as God. Okay, we
French
need
heels.
you need the Bucks, and then you need Vince McMahon next to each other, and who wore the mustache better? Because they're terrible. Holy cow, they're
I'm on
terrible.
it.
You're on.
I'm on it.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump back for a minute. And we'll come back to this once you get that done. We did not talk about the other elephant in the room on the TNA pay-per-view, which was when Nick Namath came back.
Yes, yes,
So
yes. We kind of buried the lead on that one.
we did. We sure did.
Now, now, Minderz, you told me that you had some issue with
I
how
did
Nick came back, and I'm gonna let you kind of vent your frustrations.
vent my frustrations. I, okay, I'm all about the storytelling. I like storytelling. The more storytelling, the better. I like long storytelling. I'm not. If you have to finish it in 4 weeks, I don't want to watch it. But if it's going to take 3 months to 6 months, I'm okay with it. When Nick came out, had the standoff with Moose, but mind you, all of Moose's little goons, and I mean that with all the love in the world,
Moose
were
is in a
standing at the
group called the System in TNA.
correct.
Just to kind of fill people in. It's Moose, Brian Myers, and Eddie and Alicia Edwards is their
Yes,
group.
which it's a great group, but
Yeah, fine group.
you have Eddie, Brian, and Alicia all standing at the back of the ramp. Now, mind you, this ramp is it much different than Daly's? It might have been a little shorter than Daly's ramp,
Maybe a little bit.
and it
I'm
goes
not
right
sure.
to the ring, and it goes right to the ring. But you
Yeah,
have
it's flat. It's not a
yeah,
ramp and then
flat. It's not a
yeah,
ramp; it's flat. So you have all those guys
it's
standing
a
back
runway.
there waiting for Nick to come out, and he comes up behind Moose. Moose turns
Hmm
around, and I'm like, why didn't he go ahead and kick him in the back of the head or something like that? He waited until Moose was looking,
hmm
said a few words to him, then super kicked him.
Well, Moose
You're
attacked him first.
did he?
Moose tried to clothesline him, then Nick ducked and hit the super kick.
Okay. Well, anyway, so whatever he said pissed Moose off. But by this point, wouldn't you think that your group would have noticed this?
At very
And it
least
would have
start
taken them a total
walking
of what?
toward the ring.
They could have just slowly walked to the ring and still got there before before Nick hit the zigzag on Moose. Well,
Mhm.
whether it's called
Which
the
we've
zigzag anymore
decided
or not, we
we've
don't know.
decided the Nick. I vote for Nick Knack for
Nick Nack.
the name for the.
But I was just annoyed that here Moose has all this backup, and none of
hmm
them made it to the ring before Nick could do 2 moves on him.
Plus, also not for nothing, Moose didn't really get a chance to celebrate winning the world
No.
championship on this pay-per-view.
No. I don't know. It just didn't sit right with me.
No. And that's
Did
and
you
that's
get it?
fair. I mean, I got it. But
Okay.
before, real quick before I put this up, I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
say I think Dolph is a huge pickup for TNA.
A
Like
very big pickup for
out of all the
TNA.
places he could have gone to, I'm glad that that's where he wound up
Yeah.
because
I'm
he's
glad
still
he's
gonna do
not
his New Japan
AEW.
stuff.
I
I
think he
didn't
would
want
have
him to go
got
to
buried at
AEW.
AEW.
Yeah, he would have been
Um,
put in a tag team with his brother on the lower mid card. But
and we would have saw a
TNA, I think,
rendition of the Spirit Squad again.
or something to that effect. Yeah, but he's gonna be. He jumped right into the main event picture in TNA,
Yeah.
and so I'm looking
So,
forward to it.
yep, I'm okay with it.
All right, are you ready for this?
Yeah, can we go? Okay, so now let's jump the rail
That's
again.
okay. So this isn't gonna be a side by side comparison, but I got it here. So first
Okay.
off, Vince McMahon looking like Clark Gable on his way to go
He
tie
still
somebody
reminds
to
me
some
of the
railroad
Russian
tracks.
spy. Yeah, exactly. He's gonna throw the damsel on the railroad tracks.
Right. And then we have French tourists Nick and Matt Jackson. Good gosh.
It's so
No, they've had some
bad.
pretty ridiculous looks since AEW's been around. This might take the
This
cake.
okay, I'm gonna reference Courtney on this one because did you hear him talk about this?
I did, but I forgot what he said.
We have Spy 1 and Spy 2.
Yes, Spy versus Spy. Yes, yes.
Yes, Spy versus Spy. I'm like, oh
Okay.
my gosh.
Well, Minderz. All right. So you tell me who wore it better, Vince McMahon or the Young Bucks?
God, it's terrible. They're both
Vince.
they're all terrible. I'm gonna go with Vince.
Well, at least Vince looks somewhat dignified.
A little bit. They just look like two, and then the Bucks look like two pompous asses.
They look like two amateur gigolos on the streets of Paris.
It's so bad, man. When they came out last week,
Fart in church.
oh my gosh.
I didn't have audio because I was doing the Joe Galley interview, but I had it on in the little corner of my computer screen.
Oh, did you? It was so bad, so bad.
As
Barry and
most
I were
things.
watching it, and I was like, "It's the Bucks."
Hmm.
I'm surprised they're back already. I really thought they'd be gone for a little longer.
Yeah.
I was hoping.
Yeah, they were gone. They were gone
You
long
know what?
enough.
I don't even know what it sounded like because I was listening to you and Joe Galley.
Oh, well, there you go.
So,
Uh, speaking of not gone long enough, Menders,
mhm.
uh, New Japan over the weekend were graced with the presence of one
Ugh,
scapegoat.
the scapegoat.
I'll bet he didn't write that because I doubt he can spell it. But Jack Perry showed up, beat the hell out of Shota Umino, then tore up his AEW contract, which got a lot of buzz on the internet. So
Is his contract up?
I don't care enough to know.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking because even if he tore it up, it doesn't matter. You still signed it.
Hmm.
It's not like there's just
And
one copy.
I was gonna say I know Tony's crack legal team has a copy of it somewhere, but
It's
uh,
probably somewhere in Champaign or Chicago, but
probably it's in Tony's Mork and Mindy lunchbox.
probably. Why has it got to be a Mork and Mindy lunchbox?
Honestly, because I had a Mork and Mindy lunchbox in grade school, so
Oh,
that's just the image that popped in my head. Uh,
okay. I had Popples.
Popples. I actually had Popples. I didn't have the
I had a
lunchbox though.
Popple, and then I had the
I
Popples lunchbox.
I had one regular sized Popple and then one of the tiny ones. Why are we talking about Popples on a wrestling podcast? What are you doing
Because
to me, Minders?
you brought up the lunchbox,
You brought up Popples. This is on you.
but you
Uh,
brought up the lunchbox.
okay.
Okay,
Fair, let's just agree to disagree here. All right. So
back on track.
back on Jack, as it were.
Yeah,
So
sure, why not?
so big speculation is did and I like to imagine that if Tony had any testicles
He
to him
doesn't.
that he would have fired Jack and not told anybody, and now Jack just his non-compete is up and he showed up at New Japan and just tore up the contract as an angle. I got a
You can
feeling that's
hope.
not the case.
I have a feeling that's not the case.
No. You think this guy has a reasonable idea?
No, it's not going to be a reasonable idea, but I think he has an idea.
No, you're gonna hurt his feelings.
Wait, when's Forbidden Door?
August.
Okay.
But anyway, there was another theory put out there on Busted Open today that this is all a work and Jack is actually coming back to AEW. And the suggestion was made that he needs to have an interaction with Tony in the ring and basically punch him in the face. I'm not one for violence against the weak-minded, but it's this is a slippery slope because I'm going to ask you, is there any positive to Tony Khan being on an on-air character in
No,
AEW?
no,
Now,
no.
we toyed with the idea that Tony might have been the devil.
We toyed with it.
We did not want it,
No,
but I would not have put it past Tony to make that the case.
right. I,
And we need another heel authority figure like we need a hole in the head.
right. I just I don't care about Jack anymore. I don't
No,
care.
no, he showed his ass in England.
Yeah, when he showed his ass, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't need him on my television.
Mm-hmm.
I could really give two shits.
No. And I would love to see him try to get squirrely with some of those veterans in New Japan.
Oh, please do. Please do.
Think Yuji
Please.
Nagata would put up with that shit?
Don't tease me with a good time, Mark.
No. I dare say Muda.
Here's the thing. I hate the fact though that since they got rid of Punk, we aren't
There's no
going to get
payoff.
that. There's no payoff to this whatsoever.
No, the payoff is Tony, which is awful.
That's
Unless it's Joe, because Joe was back there.
But that's not even Miro. I mean, Miro was back there too, but
And Miro was kind of making fun of the whole situation too, from
yeah.
what we heard.
I kind of like if he was going to do it with anybody, I'd kind of like to see Hook do it. To tell you the truth, because that was during their match that he showed his ass,
mm-hmm.
and Hook be like, "Dude, why can't you take this seriously? Why'd you have to use
Hook didn't
me?"
know he was going to be
right.
Yeah, who's the scapegoat here?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like I said, I don't care enough about Jack Perry to.
Well, the good news, we're going to talk a little bit more about Jack Perry.
Yippee!
Well, in passing, but did you hear the report about DJ Woo Kid in the back talking about how he saw everything?
Then release the tapes.
That's what I'm saying. You got at least 4 different accounts of what happened in this situation. DJ Woo Kid, I guess he was doing Swerve's entrance at the show. He comes out and says, "Oh, Punk went ballistic and all this, blah blah blah." You don't know if he's full of shit. Maybe Tony told him to say that. I say, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Punk fan necessarily. I enjoy his work, but I got no side here. Everybody was wrong. But
yeah,
the easy answer to all this is show us the tapes from the security footage at Wembley Stadium.
because they have them.
They have them, of course they do, and it's a known fact that they have. They've said there are tapes, but they won't show them. And Tony, I got a feeling Tony doesn't want to show them because he might be proven to be a friggin' lying coward.
Well, and he's scared for his life, so.
Of course. Even though apparently he told Punk to go out there and wrestle like a big man.
Sure did.
Yeah.
I still think it was. I still say it was
the face of bravery, Tony Khan.
I still say the only reason that Punk went out there is because of Joe.
Oh, whoops.
Hey, that's better. For once, I will say I want to see a picture of Clayton Clark as opposed to everything else you were showing.
Yes, Barry, yes, release the tape. Well, shows Trump peeing on a hooker in Russia, but they can't show us the security footage in Wembley Stadium.
Release the tapes. Yeah.
If anybody goes,
let's not do
that.
The
next one of us that goes to an AEW show, that's got to be a sign. Release the tapes. course, it'll get confiscated because, Tony.
Yeah, Tony. Uh, yeah, just release the tape. Let everybody make their own
That'll answer
decision on what
all
happened.
the questions. Yeah. No more bullshit. No more speculation.
No more he said, she said.
No more he
This is
said.
what happened.
Well, I guess in this case it's he said, he said, he said, he said.
Right.
But
That that omnibus, I'm still not done with it. That's
oh my
10
goodness.
hours. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
I'm so glad they put it in two parts.
Yo, me too. I'm about there. I'm just about
Yes.
there. But
All right.
I stopped it to get caught up because I wanted to see what Corny said about
Oh yeah, Jericho.
the December 30th show.
Oh my
World's
goodness.
End.
World's
Oh, that
NDA.
was so funny. Yeah. World NDA.
All right. Well, Minderz, I want to bring something else up. It's just a question that I wanted to throw
Is
out
this
there.
what you dropped in the chat that I kept my opinions to myself because I wanted to wait and do it on here?
I'm not sure, but
Okay.
here's my question. So we know every year around springtime, WWE does the big round of releases, talent and
Mhm.
otherwise. Would AEW benefit from doing the same thing? Because I mean, they have an obscenely bloated roster right now.
Mhm.
They got people they're paying tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars to sit on their ass at home and do nothing.
That want to work,
That want
but
to, yeah,
can't. But can't.
no. And also, they got people that shouldn't be on television. I'm just be completely blunt,
Yeah.
you know. So what's stopping Tony from cutting some fat here? Is it just the fact he wants everybody to be his friend and upset
That's
anybody?
exactly it. He doesn't want to upset anybody. And I'm sorry, but there are a lot of people that would be doing a lot better, I think, right now if they were running the indies
Yeah.
as opposed to sitting at home on their butts
Mhm.
because they're AEW.
I mean, shoot, look at what TNA did over the weekend.
Yeah,
There's some talent that's not being used or not being used properly by AEW that would be huge in AEW, in TNA or even in MLW.
yeah. Well, shoot, even GCW. Like I
Yeah,
said, let them go.
absolutely.
Let them
I'll
let them go do the indies.
I'll tell you what, I saw over the weekend on Friday night in Chicago, GCW ran a show, and the main event was Mustafa Ali against Gringo Loco.
Oh, I bet that was good.
It was so good. And these guys go back like 20 years working the indies in Chicago.
Right.
And fantastic match. Ali looked great. Gringo's always solid in the ring. And
You know
Gringo's
who
our
I'm
boy. He's
waiting.
been on the show. So,
You know who I'm waiting to see Ali face?
Nick
One of
Gage,
our 01 guys. Saving Gage.
Saban Gage, yes, his protege. Am I right?
It is, yes. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed.
Hey, we'll have to
Hey,
maybe mention this tomorrow on the shootout because we make things happen.
Decatur show's coming up.
Yeah,
They need a big
that's true.
name.
They need a big name. Yeah.
I, I'm just throwing it out
Hey,
there.
I
I
like
think
the idea. I like it.
I do too.
Or even put maybe have him. I'm just gonna throw another one out there. If they can't get Saban, Ali and Cobra.
As much as I hate to admit it, I'd love to see Ali and Carrot, but we all know that won't happen.
Not yet.
But it'd probably be Joey, honestly.
Hey, that'd be a hell of a match.
So yeah,
Hmm.
there's.
Or you never know. Maybe they'll put him against Connolly, give him a title shot.
Oh God. That's definitely not the same aesthetic.
No, quite not.
Not at all.
Apparently,
Well,
apparently,
let's hope.
who knew
Well,
Connolly
hope
is a fan of peanut butter bacon cheeseburgers?
right.
I saw that pop up on Facebook yesterday. I
That was
say
one
no,
thing I
thank you.
was super excited to talk to Mike Outlaw about because Mike Outlaw has been in the ring with some of those TNA guys.
Yeah,
Did you get a chance to watch that match I sent you?
I didn't get a chance to. You sent me a link to a match, Mike Outlaw and Josh Alexander, which I'm itching to see.
You should.
Uh,
It's really good. It's really good. And he's also fought Alex Shelley. Mike Outlaw has.
Nice.
So I'm I
Uh-oh.
was hoping to get to
Uh-oh.
talk to him about it, and I really wanted to ask him too, because I didn't really get into seeing Mike Outlaw until
Noble?
yeah, till COVID hit, and
Mhm.
then we got Outlaw and Camaro a lot. Fine, they kicked each other's asses up and down Noble, all over the place.
Mhm.
But I wonder, especially there's some other talent too that had really good pushes and really good momentum
Mhm.
going into 2020 or 2020, and I wonder just how much COVID and shutting down indies affected everybody. You know what I
I'm sure
mean?
that was a big issue.
Because I know there was a few guys that had really good pushes going at that time
Mm.
and just had to drop it. Wasn't able to do anything with it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, that goes across the board, not even just the indies, but look at what happened on like the big shows. Look at Drew McIntyre
But at
and
least
his
they
run
were
that he
able to
had.
come back fairly quickly.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it
But
wasn't, you know, the indie shows had to look at what everybody's law, like what everybody's rules were going to be at each of the different places, and
yeah, you are correct about that. And
so I
they're
mean,
I'm glad to see so many of the indies bouncing back and
I am
kind of
too.
getting their groove back. So
I'm hoping to start getting to some more, but like I said, this weekend is an indie weekend, that's for sure.
yes,
Because I can think of 3 or 4 shows that are going on this weekend.
yeah. Well, obviously
So
we got the 0-1 show on Saturday. I think we got what is it? Iron
Destination
Spirit,
6, Destination
Destination
6 is
6.
this weekend. Iron
Is
Spirits
Iron?
this weekend.
Hmm.
Um, Friday might be Anarchy.
Oh yeah, Gateway to Anarchy.
Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure Anarchy is this weekend too. Is Friday. Um.
A lot of stuff going on in the Midwest, and
Oh nope, it's the 26th.
oh okay, so that's on Rumble Day.
No, 27th is Rumble Day.
Wait, are you sure?
Yep.
It's not on the Saturday?
Anarchy's always on Friday.
Oh, okay. 27th is the Saturday.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
26th is Friday.
I
But
can't math today.
that that card is stacked too for Anarchy. If you haven't seen it yet. Um Gary
I haven't
J,
seen
Laney
all of it.
Luck,
Interesting.
Moonshine Mantell and Camaro Jackson,
Oh,
Adrian Surge, Tommy Davis and Ashlyn Alexander versus Mike Outlaw, Raheem De La Suede and Mandy Monarch, Shaza versus Davey,
oh,
one called Minderz versus Mad Dog Conley.
oh,
And then the other
oh,
one
must
that
fight.
let's see, Nick King is going to have an open challenge. And this is the one I'll put it this way, on the 26th, I will probably be firmly seated in my recliner, sitting in front of the television watching this on IWTV because I don't think I want to drive all the way down there.
Dude.
Aaron Williams versus the Warhorse.
Oh,
And you know how I feel about Aaron Williams.
uh-huh.
And with
And War
Warhorse's new
Horses.
gimmick, and let's see. Okay, Planet Williams takes on a new version of JP Warhorse. We have yet to see an Anarchy. Will he still rule ass, or will Aaron Williams show him why he's the baddest man alive? The only way to find out is being there in Alton. Um, the thing was, Warhorse has been wearing the round glasses or whatever.
Uh-huh.
That's been Aaron's gimmick for a while. He's always had those glasses. So they're kind of feuding back and forth on Facebook right now, which has been kind of interesting. I
Oh,
enjoy watching those two.
yeah.
But I'm a big Aaron Williams fan. I got to see him at Indy a couple weeks or back in December. So Good times.
Indeed, it's a good time to be a wrestling fan, Minderz.
It is.
Makes you feel like doing this.
At least he looks somewhat normal in that picture.
Somewhat.
That's probably the most normal one he has. I am kind of bummed, and I'm going to bring this up because I'm kind of bummed we're going to miss our hybrid shows this year. I think
Yeah,
I think all but two of them. I think we can make it to two if I looked at our dates correctly.
we all fall on 0-1 days.
Yep, and
Uh,
all Matt Toon 01 days.
ooh.
Yep, except for two. There's one in June and one in July.
Uh,
So we get back-to-back ones.
there you go. Yeah, because July pretty much 0-1's taking the month off, right?
Yes, that's what it looked like to me.
Yes.
Cause I
Looks like Trick and Novo were kicking off NXT in the Dusty Cup. I've got it in the corner here.
gotcha. That
I'm not sure
works.
who are they. I forget who they're wrestling, but this should be good. Uh, Minders, I've been teasing all week a new segment on on the show because we've changed things around. We're gonna do every month. First Tuesday's gonna be Hall of Fame. Second Tuesday Top 10. This segment, hopefully, I can keep going for every month, and then we need a fourth one for the fourth week of the month, which I'm thinking watch along. Pick a match and
Okay.
then just do a watch along.
Which that's what we have coming up, the fourth the
That's what we
fourth
have
one.
coming up. Yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of where we'll do that
Okay.
this week, and then we'll just keep that going for the year. So I was on a bit of a nostalgic bent this week, and I got to thinking about Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Uh, and let me find my picture here.
I say I don't
And
think you
I
filled me in on this, so this is gonna
no,
be
I
shoot
kept you
from the
completely in
hip.
the dark on this,
Great.
but you don't have to know anything. This is just basically recitation. But when I was shit, let's see, February of '88, I was 6 years old.
I would say you've been 6 because I would have been 7.
Hmm. And my mom bought me a magazine, and this is the exact magazine that it was, PWI, February '88, with Macho on the cover with Elizabeth. And I got to thinking because my favorite part of the PWIs was always the rankings at the in the back the uh, of the magazine,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it would be fun to do kind of a look back, if you will, just
Oh, just to see who they had as their top ranking?
yeah.
Okay.
And now, with that said, they had about 12 categories with 10 names each. I don't think we can do all 12.
No.
So
No.
so I figured we would just kind of stick to the big ones. And
Okay.
for me, there were about seven of them that were big. There was always the top 10. There was the tag team list, most popular, most hated, and then a handful of the territories, like the ones that we actually got to watch around here. So
Okay.
what I think we're going to do, and actually, and we're going to call this the Pro Wrestling Illustrated flashback.
All right.
That's where we're going with here. So with that said, nope, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Me, can I take the mustachioed young bucks out of the overlay so
Yes.
they're not?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm trying to clear out some space because take Jack out of there.
Yeah,
Jack
take
out of
Jack out.
there.
Get the
Yeah.
Jack out.
Get the Jack. Yes. All right. So let me get all of my
So is this like
images.
what was happening in 1988?
Okay, I'm glad you asked because
Okay.
this this is the issue that was published in February of 1988, but all of the stuff in there is from about November of '87.
Well,
It was
that makes
along,
sense because it was what was it every month or
yeah, I think so, yeah.
you know what? I legit miss the wrestling magazines you could go buy. You can't buy them anymore. I've looked for them.
No.
You can't buy them anywhere anymore. I miss it. I mean, I know you can look it up online, but there's just something about having that magazine in your hand. I'll have to show you sometime. I've got a stack of Raw when Raw had their magazine.
Uh-huh.
I've got a stack of Raw magazines that had all the WWE
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna start off with the
Sorry.
men's top 10 list. There you go. Ben, right there.
Men. Okay.
Yeah, Barry says we looked in Florida. Apparently you
I
guys were
know. We
hunting for.
did. We looked in Florida. We
All
were
right.
bored and we had no internet.
So this is the top 10 men's singles wrestlers across wrestling as of the February of 88 issue, so November of 87.
Okay.
There you go. So you got Hulk Hogan, WWF champion, kind of a no-brainer there.
Right.
You got Ron Garvin, who at the time, at press time, was the NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Okay.
You got Ric Flair, the guy Garvin beat for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
You got uh, then U.S. Heavyweight Champion Lex Luger.
Take our little thing out of the corner. Can you take the little thing
Oh,
out of the corner?
yeah, that's kind of obscuring everything there. There we go.
There you
Okay.
go.
All right. So we got Luger, who was the U.S. champion. You got Dr. Death Steve Williams, who was the UWF champion at the time for Watts.
Mm-hmm.
Western States Heritage champion Barry Windham, who I think he was number one contender to UWF, and I think he was in the top 10 for NWA also, so he's up there. Uh, NWA TV champion Nikita Koloff.
I would say that was Nikita.
Uh-huh. Macho Man
Then
Randy
your boy.
Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah. AWA heavyweight champion Kurt Hennig, and then Al Perez, who I forget if he was the Florida champion or not, but big deal in '87.
It's a good
So
list.
that's a strong list.
It's a real strong list.
Yes. All right. I'm going to take that down.
I'm interested to see who's on the women. Was women one of them?
There is a women's list. I can put that up there if you would like.
Did you do it, or was it not one of the ones you were looking at?
No, I got them all. I just was
Oh, okay.
deciding which ones I was going to use.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll do it.
Okay.
All right. Most popular in February of '88.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. Now this is big because Macho Man actually beat Hogan for number
I
one and
see
most
that.
popular.
I see that.
So you got Macho, then you got Hogan, Dusty Rhodes number three. I
Dusty.
mean, it got to be top five easy for Dusty back then. This is right before he
Yep.
won the U.S. title from Luger. Doc is number four, Garvin five, Nikita six, Wyndham seven, Hacksaw Duggan
Hacksaw.
is at eight, Kevin
Yep.
Von Erich at nine, and then Kingfish, Jerry Lawler's at number 10.
It's a solid list too.
That's yeah, right? After what he was doing with these lists.
Yeah.
All right. And
Tag teams?
no. Next, if you're
Oh.
gonna do most popular Minderz, you gotta do most hated.
Oh, okay. Ooh, let's see who this is. These would have been my favorites.
Uh-huh. All right. Trying to organize as I go here.
Yeah, make sure you grab the right list. That'd be bad.
Yeah. Oh, I got them all labeled, so I can't miss it. But
Okay.
all right. So our most hated list. Honky's number one because of
Love
course.
Tonky.
Yes, he's gonna be at the expo. Can't wait.
I know. I'm so excited.
You got Luger at number two. This is back when Luger was a horseman.
Yep.
Actually, got three horsemen in a row here. Flair number three.
Yeah.
Tully number four. Then you got the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase
I
at
hated
number
him.
five.
I hated him. He did his job
is
so
back when-
well.
This is back when he was still giving some of the people money, so not everybody was booing him at this point.
Yeah. Not everybody.
No. Let's see. Kurt Hennig number six. Then you got Larry Zbyszko at seven. He looks
So
thrilled.
funny to see Larry like that.
Yeah.
King Kong Bundy.
Bundy's number 8. Yeah. And then Terry Taylor, number 9. And then kind of a dark horse, Brian Adias from World Class is at number 10.
See
Which
what
I
you
don't
did
remember
there.
him as a heel, but I didn't watch a lot of World Class back then.
Yeah.
All right.
Dark horse, though. I see what you did there.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have buffering. There, now we got your tag teams, Minderz.
Tag teams.
All right, let me get my list going.
This will be the fun one. I
Yes.
always liked 80s tag team wrestling. It was so good. They told a story. It wasn't just junk. It was kind of like Jack Victory said last week. It wasn't. They weren't just standing around waiting for the next guy to jump on them.
Yeah. All right, you ready for the list, Minderz?
Sure.
Oh, by the way, it's Carmelo and Trick against Idris Enofi and Malik Blade in the first round of the Dusty Cup there.
No, so Trick
All
and
right, so
Melo
here
are
we
going
go.
to win. Got it. Okay.
Number 1, kind of a no-brainer, Road Warriors.
Yeah.
They weren't even
Actually,
tag champs at this point. They were just the most over tag team in the world at that point.
yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Number 2, we got the Hart Foundation.
Yep.
When this issue went to press, this was right around the time that they dropped the tag titles, so they were still up there. Number 3, NWA Tag Team Champions Tully and Arn from the Horsemen. Number 4.
Look at that young lad.
I know, right? Where's the rest of them?
Right?
I say it with love. We love corny.
We do.
But,
we do.
But yeah, U.S. Tag Team Champions Midnight Express, Bobby and Stan in this iteration. Number 5, the British Bulldogs. This is all your favorites, Minderz.
My boys.
Number 6, the Rock and Roll Express. number 7, you got Strike Force.
Are you still salty?
I'm a little salty, but it's all right. I got to draft them for the Mulkey Cup though, so it's
that's true. I did let you have them for that, so.
Well, I had first. I picked first, so you had no choice.
I know.
All right, number 8, we have the Lightning Express from UWF. Brad Armstrong and Tim Horner, one of Cornette's favorite guys, Tim Horner. The Islanders are number 9, Haku and Tama, one of my favorite tag teams.
I love the Islanders.
Yes. And then number 10, we got the original Midnight Express, Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey with Paul E. Dangerously in their corner. So
that's crazy.
Pretty,
look how
pretty
little.
solid.
No, put that back up. Look how little Paulie is.
Oh, I know. Look at that. And the
so
hair.
Tiny. And he has hair.
Yuppie.
He's got a mullet.
I love how they all said he had a cell phone. It was basically just a cordless, like, home phone with the retractable antenna. But
Zach Morris special.
Yes. It wasn't even the Zach Morris special. It was literally the home phone that my mom had in our house.
We didn't get a cordless phone until I was in high school, so we didn't have the antenna on the top. But
all right. So we're going to don't darn it. We're going to go
riveting television. Here we go.
Riveting. Hey, I'm trying to do multiple things at once here.
I know that never works out well for you.
It never does. I'm doing better than I thought I would, though. All right, so we're going to move on to, well, if I can get the thing to work. Don't let you work, you piece of shit.
It doesn't want to today.
No, it doesn't want to do. It doesn't like working in the cold.
All right, nobody does.
We're going to move into the territories, Minderz, and we're going to start with the WWF because that's the kingpin, as it were.
Yep.
And
was this right when they went national, basically? Or close?
About a year after.
Yeah, it was close.
Year or two after. Yeah. So starting off, your world champion at press time was Hulk Hogan.
Yay.
Yay, yeah. And then they always did the champion, then the top 10.
Okay.
Of the challengers. So this was your champion. Take Hogan off of there. He saved somebody from a fiery car wreck the other day.
Oh, he did?
That's what I heard in his NWO shirt.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah. All right. So here's our top 10 contenders for the Hulkster's WWF Championship. Honky Tonk Man, number one contender, of course, Intercontinental Champion. So that by by right, he's the number one contender.
Right. Back when the
Uh,
Intercontinental Championship, that's what it meant. But yeah,
yes. Number two is the Macho Man, Randy Savage, who was also the number one contender to the Intercontinental Championship.
that makes sense. These are
Let's
these are some
see.
of my boys on here too.
Yeah. And One Man Gang, number three there.
Back when heels were ugly,
Yes. Oh, for the days of the ugly heels.
right?
Ted DiBiase, number four. It wouldn't take you long to jump up the list, though.
Nope. Bam Bam.
Yes, Bam Bam Bigelow, the Beast from the East,
He
when
was
he
so
was
good.
when he was a no pun intended fiery babyface.
Yep.
Uh, and Killer Khan, the recently departed Killer Khan, is number six. Ravishing Rick Rude, number seven.
Who's on his tights? Which one's that?
That's Cheryl Roberts. That's Jake's wife.
Okay, it's Jake's wife. Okay.
Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, number eight.
Mm-hmm.
Then Hacksaw, number nine. This is right around the time he came back from being fired for being in the car with Sheik. And then King Kong Bundy, number 10.
There you go. That's a good
So
list too.
it really is.
Why aren't all
But
these guys on the heel list? Oh, because they did different. Never mind. I follow. I follow now. I
yeah,
was confused.
Fallon Henley cutting a fiery promo on NXT right now. I don't know what she's saying because I have it on mute. Uh,
Mm,
Moving on. I figured out if I put these overlays over as I'm talking about the one we're talking about, then it'll go a lot smoother. So
okay.
I think I got the flow figured out here.
You got the flow. Sweet.
Yeah. All right. AWA. Vern Gagne's Minnesota territory. Uh,
Let's do this.
starting starting off our champion Kurt Hennig
Nice.
and his list of contenders here.
Aw.
Got Wahoo McDaniel, the Big Chief, followed by, of course, it's got to be Greg Gagne.
Of course.
Who says nepotism is dead? That's not nice. I shouldn't be mean. But let me see. Number three, I believe that's. Hang on, I got this thing in my way. Give me just a second. Yep, Wildfire Tommy Rich is number three. The King in number four. Of course, he's the guy that wound up beating Kurt for the championship. Then Adrian Adonis, post haircut,
Yep.
number five.
Bar,
Look
he
at that.
says, book my boy.
Oh my goodness. What about look at this fresh-faced Jeff Jarrett at number
I
six?
know. He looks like such a baby.
Kevin Kelly, not the announcer, but the future Nails is number seven.
That's crazy.
That guy, he's a piece of work. They need to do a Dark Side of the Ring on him.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Dan. I forget. Give me a second. I'm gonna get his name so I don't forget. DJ Peterson is number
DJ
eight.
Peterson.
I actually have a cheat sheet that I haven't been using. Number
Use your
nine.
cheat sheet because there's some of these
Okay.
guys that I'm looking at going, I'm not 100% sure who that is.
All right. Number nine, Larry Zabisco. We've already
Yep.
seen him once on there. And then number 10, the Nature Boy, Buddy Landell.
I wondered if that was one of the Nature Boys.
It was indeed. Not Roger Kirby, though.
Right.
All right. Clear this out here.
Well, when you get to the territories, I get a little bit scattered just because we
Right.
didn't watch a whole lot of the territories.
No. Ooh, excuse me.
Good push.
Thank you. All right. Next up, the NWA. This is the other one that I watched
These guys
mostly
will
along
look.
with the WWF.
I was to say these guys will look familiar. Hopefully.
Yes. All right. Starting with our NWA champion at press time, Ron Garvin, the man with the hands of stone.
Yep.
And then our top 10. Number one, the U.S. champion, Lex Luger. Again, back when the U.S. championship made sense to be on there because, you know, it was a big deal back then.
Holy, okay. Sorry, I was looking ahead and I just saw somebody and I went, oh, okay.
Okay. Number 2, we got the former champion Ric Flair.
Yep.
Number 3, Nikita Koloff, the TV champion.
Dusty.
Dusty hit number 4 in public, if you will.
In public.
Then number 5, you got Barry Windham.
Yep. Have I ever told you
Again.
I actually have one of the action figures of him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Back when he was in WCW.
Very nice.
My uncle was pretty cool back then.
All right. Number 6, we got Tully Blanchard. It's funny
I
that
could,
Tully's on there, but Arn isn't.
yeah, I kind of was surprised.
I think it's because Tony or Arn wasn't a singles champion before the tag title run.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Look at that young pup that's retiring here shortly.
Uh-huh. You got Stinger number 8, 7, 7.
7.
I can't count today. All right.
That's like most of the refs anymore. Wait, what? Sorry, my bad.
Hey, what are you doing there, Minderz? You
Stirring the
rascal.
pot.
You? No.
I know, right? Not me. I never do that.
No, of course not. Then let's see what we got after Sting. We got Big Bubba Rogers. He's so good with Corny.
I love Big Bubba.
Me too. And then number 9, you got Mike Rotunda of the Varsity Club.
Oh my gosh. Baby
And,
face.
and is number 10 the one you were recoiling at, Minderz?
No, Big Bubba was the one I was recoiling at.
Oh, okay. Well, number 10 is Carlos Colon from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he can kiss. Never mind.
He can kick rocks.
Yep. We won't go into it.
No, we won't go into it, but we have our issues with Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
Would you do the thing? There we go.
Are you yelling at your computer still?
I am. That's what I do. All right, so that's the NWA part of it. We got a couple more here. Delete that. Here we go. All right, next up, UWF, Bill Watts. And at the press time, our champion, Dr. Death Steve Williams. Look at that guy.
Right?
Would you mess with that guy in a dark alley?
No! I saw what he did to the one dude. The one he punched in the face because he said wrestling was fake.
No, that's Dr. D. David Schultz.
Oh, that was Dr. D. Never mind.
Wrong doc.
Never mind. Wrong doc.
Barry.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, so Doc is the champ. Here are his
But
challengers.
yeah, I wouldn't want to meet him anywhere in a dark alley. No.
Bruce Pritchard told a story about him staring down a Ford Bronco in a parking lot at a bar, and the Bronco backed off.
That sounds about right.
All right, so here are Doc's capable challengers here. Number 1, you got Barry Windham, Western States Heritage Champion.
Right.
Number two, Black Bart, guy we don't talk about a whole lot.
No.
Big Bubba, number 3. Terry Taylor, number 4. The oft underappreciated hot stuff Eddie Gilbert, number 5. Then you got basically it's a block of hot stuff international here. You got Gilbert, then you got Sting at number 6. Look at that, Rick Steiner, number 7.
Gosh, he wears the mustache the best. He wins.
Yes. The franchise Shane Douglas is number 8.
I was gonna say, I was like, is that Shane?
That's Shane. Gary Young. You know what? In the last 2 weeks, we have said Gary Young's name more on this network than I think we'd ever planned to, because he came up on our Texas Heavyweight Championship episode of Gold Rush.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. And then number 10, Dory Funk Jr. So
yep.
Another guy not to be fucked with.
Right. A lot of those guys are people not to be fucked with.
Very true. Very true. All right. And our last one, Minderz, because you asked for it, The women.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just curious to see who's on it.
Yeah. Now this one they don't have a champion per se because there were,
Right.
but and I got my cheat sheet out for this one because there were going to be names I forgot.
Oh, I'm sure. Because I'm
Yes.
sure there's some I probably never even heard. Well,
Yeah. Well, number
number
one.
one. Yeah, and number two.
Yeah, number one is
Well,
sensational
wait, I know
Sherry
most of these.
Martel.
Yeah,
What?
I know most of these actually. I
Yeah,
think.
number two is Misty Blue Sims from
Mm-hmm.
Glow. Lani Kai, the tag team partner of our hero Judy Martin,
Judy Martin
is number three. Good Judy.
and good Judy.
Yes. Wendy Richter, number four.
Hey, she got called out. Tony
She
Storm
did
called
by
her out
Tony
on the
Storm.
scrum.
She sure did.
That new up and
Fabulous
comer.
Moolah. Moolah's number five, which is low for Moolah back in the
Yeah.
mid 80s. Velvet McIntyre, I believe no relation to Drew, number six. Linda Dallas, one I'm not really familiar with, is number
Yeah,
seven.
say I don't. The
Yeah.
next couple I don't know.
Kat
I
LaRue, number eight.
okay.
Medusa Maselli,
Yep.
number nine. I think Candy Divine from the AWA is number 10.
I
And
say I
probably the
knew.
most suggestive pose in this list.
Yeah, I knew 6 of them.
Yeah, not bad,
I'm pretty
not bad.
proud of myself for knowing 6.
That's the majority.
Mm-hmm. I still love Sherry though. She's still my
Sherry's so
favorite.
good. Sherry's the bestest.
She's the bestest.
Yes. All right. So that concludes our first ever PWI flashback. The next one, I promise, will go smoother because now I've kind of got the flow down a little bit.
You'll be all right.
But what do you think, Minderz? What do you think? Worth continuing this
Yeah,
segment going forward?
I like it because it reminds me of my childhood.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
When men were men and the women could beat them up. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. You're not telling lies. But
All right. Well,
we
Minderz,
didn't even talk about Raw. Did you want to talk about Raw
we
tonight?
talked a little bit about it, but let's talk about it a little bit more. We talked about the main
Okay.
event.
Yep, that's about all we
Or did we
talked
talk about
about.
that before we went on air?
Huh?
Did we talk about Raw before we went on the air?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, whoops.
I don't think we really talked about it a whole lot.
No. But we talked about the main event, Jinder and Seth. Tony did a hell of a job promoting this match.
Yeah, I did. Kudos, Tony.
Yeah, and hey, there were a couple spots where I thought Jinder might take it.
Did you speaking of gender, did you see where gender put up about uh the numbers for Collision
I sure
Dynamite?
did.
That was classic. All of them were
That's
under
how
a
you get on.
million.
That's how you get under Tony's skin. Start
That
throwing the
is.
ratings at him.
Throw the ratings at him and then say, and mine got 2.3, it was like 2.3 million. And I was like,
Yes.
yeah, you tell him, gender. You tell him.
Just hope The Rock doesn't reply.
Yeah, right? God,
So what?
that was
So what did you
great.
think, Minderz, of the Rhea Ripley Becky Lynch segment?
They've been teasing that forever.
They have,
I'm
but
ready for it.
they did a good job of building it up, though.
They have. I'm there for it.
Anyone but Nia, I say.
Anyone but Nia. Anyone but Nia.
What the hell's going on over there?
I don't know. I think I would almost take. Yeah, Nia can't.
No.
Nia can't win. She can't.
No. Are you all right? She's standing on the couch trying to plug things in, and I'm worried for her safety. Unplugging. I'm sorry. It's time to de-decorate for Christmas.
Gotcha. But yeah, I'm here for Becky and Rhea. I'm ready to see it. We haven't seen it because when Rhea really came up, Becky was on maternity leave. So I want to see it a lot.
Yes, absolutely. And I loved the back and forth between the two of them. Like usually Rhea doesn't give that much respect to her potential foes.
But she did.
She did. Hey, is R-Truth the best thing going on Raw right now?
Oh my gosh. I love R-Truth.
Barry says because Bailey takes the Rumble.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so,
R-Truth might be the best thing on Raw right now.
and by the way, you can tell how friggin' cold that building was last night over the
Did you
whole
see
show.
I saw Seth's
Suspense,
breath. Yeah.
yeah. Of course, Dom and JD coming down to ringside wearing hoodies.
Oh, Dominic. Oh, wait. Do we know
Tom and
what
Nick and
happened to Nick?
JD. Nobody knows. I'm very concerned.
I am too. R-Truth's real concerned.
Yeah, because he's got to give him his cut.
Yeah.
How about that? Truth throwing wads of cash at the Judgment Day for
Right?
merchandise.
I
That's what
didn't
got
see
Earl Hebner
how
fired, so he's got to be careful.
Well, okay, so what happened? Because I missed the end of that one. I missed the end of that match.
Truth couldn't take orders.
Ah,
Priest chokeslammed him, then pinned him.
gotcha. Okay. I wondered what happened there. So they're like, don't tag in. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Why?
Truth can't take it. He's like, okay.
Okay, wink. Wink.
I loved this,
Oh, but
the graphic when Judgment Day came out. They had Truth on there.
Or when JD wanted his cut.
Mm-hmm. You gotta be in the group.
You gotta be in the group, man. Truth is so
Truth
fun.
Is priceless. Yes.
I was watching it last night. A friend of mine came over. We were watching it together, and I told him, I said, "You realize Truth is in his 50s, right?" And he's like, "You're kidding."
Yeah.
I was like, "Nope, I'm not." He's like, 51 or 52. So
You know what? I'm going to find out.
I think he's 51.
AJ's at work, so he can't do our fact checking.
Yeah, he's not home yet.
Yeah, so I'm on it.
Are you on it?
I'm on
Let's
it.
see
Hang on.
who gets there first. But 51. Oh, his birthday's in 3 days.
Yeah. It'll be 52 on
52.
Thursday. Friday.
Friday.
Yes.
Definitely not Saturday. We know the 20th is Saturday.
Yes, indeed.
But
Barry's right on there too. He's at 51.
I thought it was 51.
I knew it was up there, but what did we think of the Cody Drew promo at the start of the show?
I liked it.
I thought I love this Drew McIntyre. This is the best Drew I've seen in a while.
And I like how they both threw it out there that, they left and then they came back and they're better. And see, Tony, this is what happens if you cut the fat. They'll come back better.
Yeah, and also the fact they referenced what happened before they came back. When they had the match before Drew came back.
Yep. Who won that match? Oh, that was so good. That and
so they haven't
announced a lot of matches. Ones? Weren't they the dashing ones?
Yeah. Yes. So they haven't really announced any matches except for the Fatal 4-Way and the 2 Rumble matches, right?
Right. Well,
what if they had
Gunther is going to the Rumble.
Gunther's in the Rumble, yeah.
Gunther's in the Rumble.
He announced for the Rumble.
Are we getting KO and Logan?
KO and Logan, that's right. KO and Logan Paul.
Yep.
I mean, back in the day, they used to have it where they'd have a match and then the guys in the match would be in the Rumble. Could they do that with Cody and Drew? Because it seems like they're building for a match. What the hell is going on back there? You're fine. It's all right. Are you hurt?
Christmas lights, it sounds like. But
like an holy beating of tribal drums back there. I'm just being facetious. He's not really bothering me that much.
Oh no. But no, I just
don't feel bad. You're fine. You didn't do it bad.
I don't. They need the match, but I don't think they need it at the Rumble.
I think a main event on Raw. Maybe they're building to the Chamber.
That's
I'm going to guess both those guys are going to be in the Chamber match, depending on who wins the Rumble.
That's what I'm wondering. And if Seth really is hurt, is there a chance that he would get stripped of the belt and whoever wins at the Chamber is the new champ?
Possibly. And then I'd love it if somebody won the match at the title of the Chamber and then Priest turns around and cashes in.
Exactly. Because if Priest and them should still have the tag titles at that point, correct?
Yeah.
They'll still have them at that point, hopefully. more than likely. So
Now I
what type of
mentioned
riff is that going to cause? And I wonder if R-Truth isn't going to have something to do with the cash in.
now I mentioned in our group chat the other day I had an idea for what Judgment Day can do at WrestleMania. Do you remember seeing this?
I saw it, but I don't know if I remember what you said. So say it
I
again.
predict an 8-man tag team match at WrestleMania. Finn, Priest, Dom, and JD against Truth, Miz, and DIY.
Okay. I could see that.
Now here's the thing: you can do that, but you can't be like Tony and have 5 different 8-man tag team matches
Right. Well,
on
I
one
don't
show.
think Hunter will though.
No, he wouldn't, because he's got a brain in his head.
Exactly.
Tony will have a pay-per-view and have three 8-man tag team matches on it. One of
I
them with
know.
the women,
I know. Don't remind me.
because everybody's got to work. Not everybody. The ones
Nope,
that
they
can't,
don't. They sure
don't.
don't.
What do you have to say
Yeah,
for yourself, Tony?
he has nothing to say for himself. But yeah, that.
Did you hear what the wife said, Minderz?
No, I didn't. I heard her say
She
something, but
asked
I didn't say what she said.
she asked if the 8-man tag match is wrestling's version of a participation trophy.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
All right. I didn't see what happened in the Truth or the Mellow Trick match, but they're talking and they seem happy, so I'm guessing they won.
Well, I'm assuming they won. I think
Well,
it's.
but
I think that's
they could
when.
have
I think
had
that's when Trick or whoever's. I think that's when one of them's going to turn. I'm not sure which one's going to turn yet,
in the
but
finals.
yeah.
That makes sense. All right. Well, I think that's all the high spots on Raw, Minderz, that we talked about. Uh, I do have some exciting news,
Oh yeah.
and I told you this. You know, our Brainbuster Tees account has had a very cumbersome and hard to remember URL address.
Yeah.
Well, I took steps this weekend and reached out to the good people at brainbustertees.com, and we have a shorter URL now that's way easier to
Nice.
remember.
Very nice.
And for those that are wondering, brainbustertees.com/JTR. That's all you got to do. It's
So much easier.
so much easier to remember.
Oh, we need to remember to tell Rob that.
Oh, does he mention it at
Yeah.
the shoot at the throwdowns? Well,
Yep.
I'll mention it tomorrow also, and you know he
Okay.
listens, so
Yeah, we know he listens.
yeah. All
Speaking
right.
of,
Speaking
can
of
we?
which, I think should we pay some bills and get out of here, Minderz?
Yeah, because they announced some more matches for Saturday.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. The boss sent me some of those, so we got some stuff to talk about tomorrow.
I'm
Answered a couple
excited.
questions that you had, so
It did. Well, it
yeah,
did and it didn't, but
right. But we'll get into all that tomorrow on the 0-1 shootout.
yep.
But in the meantime, let's. I had to go back. I just made this damn merchandise video, and I had to go back and change it to put the new URL for Brainbuster Tees on there. So I had to go back and remake it. It was a whole thing. But here we go. Hopefully this is right. Very nice. Very
Oh, are you going to tell your story about when you went off the air after Joe Galley last week?
Oh, yeah, we popped Joe with our closing credits, Minderz.
I'm
Because
so excited.
I had released him from his interview, but his window was still down there, like when you remove yourself and it's kind of blurred out. And then I
Hmm.
went to the credits, and also I just see him laughing uproariously in his chair because of our little tag before we go to the closing credits.
Gotcha. That's
So
awesome.
so he actually messaged me after we were done and said I popped for the thanks guys. So I felt good about that. Uh,
Good.
thanks again to Joe Galley, by the way. I didn't get a chance to say it on any platforms yet since last Wednesday, but it was awesome. He came back on with us again. The chat was great. Looking forward to seeing what happened with the show. Some interesting information about what they're doing with the territories and all that good
Very
business.
interesting. They got some good shows and some really good places, sounds like, coming up. So,
Yes, and like we said, we're going to hopefully see EC3 defending the NWO World Title at the Expo.
yes, that's the
Otherwise, we'll see
plan.
Cardona holding the belt going into the Expo.
Right? Mick
But
Cardona, as AJ calls him.
yeah, I don't get the hate. I love Cardona. You
He's
do.
always hated Cardona.
Oh, I know. I'm well aware. Trust me.
All right, let's pay some bills, get out of here. Well, we
Well,
paid the
we just
bills. So
did.
we paid the bills. So let's get out of here. I'm hungry.
Well, quick reminder, Minderz, for what we got coming up.
Yes.
Uh, Tomorrow on the 01 Shootout, if you're so inclined, we'll be joined by Kevin Lee Davidson, KLD from Midwest Independents everywhere, because he's going to be challenging for the 01 USA Heavyweight Championship on Saturday against Mad Dog Connolly. Let me see, get my official notes so I don't miss anything. Schedule. There we go. And talking to myself because that makes me sound normal. There we go. All right.
Starting to sound like Tony.
You mean
I'm waiting to see where he's going to pop
this
up.
guy?
Okay. I was waiting to see where he was going to pop up at. I wasn't
He
sure.
can pop up anywhere. Like here.
I know. Yeah, I know. Am I the only one that every time I see that, like, I get what that was about? Every time I see it, I think of the water buffalo group from the
Oh,
Flintstones.
oh yeah. He's just missing the horns.
Yep. That's all I
All
see.
right.
Let's get out of
All
here.
right. Okay. So next week we're gonna do the big watch along for the Hulk Hogan Iron Sheik match in Madison Square Garden on the 40th anniversary of Hulkamania. And then I'm sure we got to talk about the Rumble, our predictions, everything like that, and then all kinds of other things, whatever
We need
pops
to
up.
talk about
There's gonna be
who's gonna be the shocker this year.
yeah, and then Tony's gonna do something stupid that we can talk about.
Of course he is, because he always does.
Yeah. All right.
Oh
So,
wait, but we have Dynamite tomorrow.
oh, that's true.
Hmm.
Uh, all right. So that's next week on the 30th. We'll be joined by North Carolina-based independent wrestler Josh Vallon, the Gigolo. He joining us.
You
That's
still
gonna be
need to send
fun.
me stuff on him.
I've got it handy. I just got to send it to you. I
Okay.
figure we got a couple weeks. I can get it to you. February 6th, the King of Thick Style,
I'm
Sam
so
Stackhouse.
excited.
This is
I
gonna be
had a
cool
lot of
stuff.
fun listening to you guys when you interviewed him the last time.
Sam's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get David to book him up here, 01. I think CMC
Uh,
would do well against Sam Stackhouse.
I don't know
Maybe
about all
he,
that, but
maybe
okay.
Sam needs a manager. I don't know. All right. February 13th. I know this is the one you're excited about, Minder. Zach Ruber, ace videographer of 01.
I am.
He says he's got some dirt on our buddy Tony that he wants to get off his chest, and I can't wait to hear it.
I can't wait.
No. So that's going to be on the 13th, Valentine's Day Eve. On the 20th, we're going to have our part two with the man that are just incredible.
I'm so excited.
Not for nothing, he put out a tweet today saying he was looking for more appearances, podcasts, signings, whatnot. So of course I had to quote tweet it and send it to Square Circle Expo. Fingers
There you
crossed,
go.
maybe we can get Justin there. Then, like we said earlier in the show, on the 27th, we'll be joined by Lenny Mephisto, the promoter, booker, and one of top stars of Pro Wrestling Epic out of the St. Louis
PWE.
area. If you ever go to a PWE show and Trust is there, you got to make that sign.
PWE. I will, and
And
I'll probably get yelled at, but it's okay.
yes, and we're still in the process of lining up guests for March, but we can confirm that on March 12th we'll be joined by Hardcore Heather Owens, one of
Well,
the head
hopefully.
honchos of the Squirt Circle Expo. So that's very
She's so
exciting.
fun.
She's awesome. She's cool. She was a great guest on the show. Plus, she was a lot of fun at the expo.
Yeah, she was. We had a blast hanging out with her.
Yeah, she throws a hell of a party. Her
She
and
does.
Ed Gonzalez both. Her fella.
Mm-hmm.
And then we teased it in April. We're going to be presenting our first ever Multi Cup tournament, tag team invitational, purely fantasy booking. Although I am considering having like we all just meet up at like Barry or AJ's house and just like play all of the matches out on the Xbox and let the
Oh,
Xbox determine
on
the
his
winners.
2K23.
Yeah, let the computer decide who wins.
There you go.
Take the pressure off of us.
Hey, you know what? We'll have to talk to AJ because it's at AJ's house. So
Oh, well, yeah. Plus, I haven't got to meet Turbo and Sammy yet.
yeah, you want to meet Turbo and Sammy. We're gonna have to. We might take our own chairs.
I'm being chastised for inviting myself over to somebody's house. That's not the intent.
Don't worry about it. I invite myself over all the time. We just got to let him know in advance. He's
Well,
fine.
all right. Well, Minderz, I think we have covered everything,
Yeah,
and
close enough.
we're coming in right at the hour 46 mark. I think we're doing pretty well here. Uh, so yeah, don't forget to join us tomorrow for KLD on the shootout. We'll be doing our final predictions for the New Year's Retribution show in Mattoon on Saturday. Of course, talking about Thursday Night Throwdown, and then next week, uh, what?
I forgot I was at Thursday Night Throwdown last week.
Oh yeah, so you were. I also have to watch it myself. I saw the last two matches on the TikTok feed, but
Oh, did you? Did you finally get to see those?
I did. It
They
got to
were
work.
good.
But
They were good.
yeah, yeah. Ashlyn and Rain put on a stiff match.
Uh
I
huh.
still wouldn't mess with Ashlyn with a howitzer.
No,
All right,
no.
but anyway, I'm dilly dallying and lollygagging and stalling for too much. So we're gonna get out of here. I have tacos waiting on me. Well, they're not made yet, but this way I'll be hopefully by the time I tear down, will be time. But I'm I'm rambling. So until next week for Menders, this is Rib. Remind you all, life is hard, work stiff, and
Thanks, guys.